any disease names, so please leave out any disease names. No name calling. Let's be nice. Anyway, so please join us. Think about a story. If you haven't told it for a while, there's probably somebody here who has not heard it yet. And there's probably a whole bunch of us here who have so many stories that that one might have slipped out of our brain. So please don't be shy. Come in and bless our community with what's going on with you and LifeWave.
Hi, Karen, it's Tim.
Hi, Tim.
I can attest to Ice Wave because usually we have about a foot of snow outside. And because I have dogs with legs that are like 4 inches long, I have to like give them pathways to do their business outside. So I was out, I think 5 times yesterday. But after the first time, my back was going, whoo, that stuff's kind of heavy. So I put on Ice Wave just on my either on my SIs, And I got up today, and usually I'm like hardly moving, and I'm just fine. No twinge, nothing. Looking forward to the next one.
Yay, right?
We're glad it snowed, though. Colorado sure needed it.
Boy, we needed it. I hope it's putting those fires out big time.
Yep.
Oh, good. Well, that's wonderful, Tim, and I love it. It works. It really is a wonderful patch and helps with dental things too. My grandson just had all 4 wisdom teeth out, and I gave him some Ice Wave patches, and he never did have to take anything else. So that was pretty awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Tim. Thanks for being the first to speak up. Who's next?
Hi, Karen. It's Zena.
Hi. How are you, Zena?
I'm good, honey. So I was moving, my girlfriend moved all last week, and we did the big move on Saturday, and we got up and started at 7 and ended at 8 that night. And as I was helping her moving boxes and stuff, about halfway through the day, it was like, my back hurts. And I thought, oh, I have the Ice Wave in my purse. So I went upstairs and I stuck it on. And 15 minutes later, it was like, yeehaw, I can move the boxes again. And then as the night went on, we were, setting up her bed and stuff. And for some bizarre reason, I decided I was going to, crawl across the bed holding a great big heavy wooden headboard that, of course, needless to say, I dropped. And as I dropped, it dragged me with it. I whacked my head against this wooden thing and whacked my head against the wall. And then it's like, I'll be right back. Went back upstairs again, grabbed an X39, stuck it on my head, and look, nothing.
That's awesome. That is like, wonderful. Oh my gosh, what an awful thing though. Don't do that to yourself again. No.
But it is like a bruise or wherever you've hit, and it doesn't turn into anything. So it's awesome.
It is awesome. It is really, as life keeps happening, that's why we keep finding new stories, because life keeps happening, even if we're quarantined. And life while you're quarantined and not wearing earrings, I had the hardest time getting my earring on today. It was healing up, and oh dear, I'm going to put earrings on more often. I don't want to go through piercing again. Anyway, sorry, that's a silly thing. Anyway, who's next? Thank you so much, Zena. I'm glad you're okay.
Not a problem.
Karen,
good morning, everyone.
Oh, go ahead, Renata. Go ahead.
I had a very, very interesting story. A friend of mine, she's going through a really, really messy divorce. And she was afraid to lose her house and everything. And I never saw her so out of sync. She was just a mess. And I said, let's put some Aeons on. And I put it on her. She had a phone call with an attorney. She came out of the room and she said, I don't know what happened. I am feeling so relaxed. I think I can handle it. So she was completely changed. And it was not longer than a half hour. And she was a complete different person. And that was the Aeon path.
You know what? That is a beautiful story. And it's not what we would always expect to happen with Aeon, but it happened to one of my team members as well. I mean, she was not even really wanting to be in this world, and it was night and day. So, oh, I'm so happy for your friend, and I'm so glad that she got to try it. That's awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I never experienced it like that too. I mean,
Yeah.
I have the Aeon patches on my daughter because she is on Zoom meetings and her kids are on Zoom meetings, and she has a little one to run to the daycare, and I mean, she is also completely flipped out, and I think so many parents are in this kind of situation, you know, where they really have all their hands full, you know, to handle it.
That's awesome. Oh, thank you so much. And on top of that, with the Eon Pact, you're not getting some of the damage that stress does to you, and it's undoing some of it. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing.
You're
Robin, did you?
welcome.
Thanks. Robin?
Sure, I'll share two quick things. One is, I tell people you don't need to go to so much trouble to get a good testimonial. That's part one. For all of us, I think we've all kind of had our boo-boos, but thank goodness we have our tool chest and our first aid kit ready at hand. So keep it with you at all times. The second was I think I've shared with you guys that, you know, the reason I promote Darren Hardy so much as far as the mindset necessary to be successful in this business is he talks about the landmines that you can get into in this business. And when I was new and I had no training and no support, I got into several of them. And one of them was the part about being over effusive. And just like, this is the best thing. And, you know, I alienated my whole family. And this is, you know, 20 years later, and they're still alienated. And my sister was visiting for a few weeks, and she heard some stories that were enough to say she wanted to try it. And I said, I'm not gonna, you know, you have to come to me, you know? And so I sent her the 18-minute video and noticed that she watched like 24% about a week ago. She's very busy with her job. And so I sent it again, and just to make it easy for you. And she watched the whole thing, and she got back to me and said, I'm ready to get started. So that 18-minute video, I highly recommend you have people say, you know, the 3-minute video will get you interested. And if you notice your interest is peaked, please watch the 18-minute one, because it will give you the benefits and the technology. And
Uh-oh, Robin, you froze.
Robin's frozen.
Robin is frozen. All right.
and am I returned or no?
Oh,
Yeah, now you're back.
You're
You just
coming
came
back. You're
Well,
coming back. Uh-oh, frozen.
Uh-oh. We'll go on.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I
go
have
ahead and-
one, Karen.
Okay, go ahead and pop in.
Okay, Robin, we'll come back to you. So this is an unusual use of glutathione. I have a client or a new customer, a new preferred customer who had a glutathione on her, and she shared it with another preferred customer who didn't get her glutathione yet. And the woman that she shared it with, she was having some issues with her hands, without saying a name of the thing. It's inflammation and pain. And her hands were really achy, and especially when she woke up in the morning, she couldn't move them very well. And this one preferred customer patched the other preferred customer with a glutathione. I mean, it's just what she had. She said, try it. And apparently, like a few hours later, she had movement and in her hands, and her hands were pain-free. So,
Yay, that's wonderful. Yeah,
sometimes,
if
you just use what you have, right? And
exactly, that's exactly the point. Use what you have. And remember, even like for indigestion, I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3 of us in a row within 2 hours had indigestion for something, and used Eon on the stomach area, and it went away. Anywhere between 5 and 20 minutes. It went away.
Karen, I'm really glad you shared that one, because like you said, even if you've shared it in the past, because I remember you telling the story, but I don't remember what patch it was. So it was Eon.
Well, I told Dr. Nicholas, and he says he gets the same result with glutathione. So take your pick.
That's awesome.
I know, isn't it fun? Thank you so much for sharing, and I think we're still gone. Who's next?
Hey, it's Helen.
Hi,
Kim and I were
Helen.
watching something about how stress actually shorten the telomeres. And so I was just thinking, with all the fire and, the having to stay home, Tim and I have been at a couples workshop since March. Right? Being alone together for almost all the time. But anyway, so the stress, just get that Eon patch, that X39, because it's helped us. And then I know you've heard the Riley story, some of you, and he had a little fatty tumor, a little whatever it was. It wasn't dangerous or anything, but for years it was pretty big, like the size of a baby's fist. And at this point, it's really like down to maybe a quarter, and it's super soft. And before, when you touched his head, he would, back away, like jerk away, like you were hurting him or something. But now he lets us pet him on the head. So somehow some nerve was involved that was pressing from the, whatever that, the size of that little fatty, tumor was, or cyst, or whatever you would call it. But yeah, so he's getting better, and he's going to be 16 in January.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome.
And he runs around like a little puppy putting on the rips. It's really fun.
That is awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Helen.
Yeah.
This is great. I'm enjoying these stories. So who's next?
Raynell here. Do I need to push anything? Can you
You're
hear
perfect,
me?
darling. You're perfect. You just
Okay, I can't show it, but I had a cut on my hand, and with the dishes, it just kept, it wouldn't close and heal up. And so one night when I went to bed, I had a glutathione patch. So I stuck it on my wrist here, like it said in the directions. The next morning it was scabbed over, and it's gone now completely. So I've not really been using any of them except for the X39, and having really good results with it. So now I have a preferred customer who is getting these free patches, and I really don't know. I've watched Mr. Schmidt's thing, but I guess I need to watch it again, because I don't really know. She was asking me, well, when are you supposed to use them, and can you use them at night instead? And I think she got, was it the Eon with the first batch? I'm not sure.
might have been glutathione. That's what they
Oh,
were
maybe
going to
glutathione.
send.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is that best to, because I put it on at night. Is that best to put it on at night then? So
The glutathione.
yes.
Well, David said he likes to use that one in the day. I don't remember why he said he likes to put Eon on at night and glutathione in the day, but you can wear it at night. It won't hurt.
I can answer that one.
I'm gonna get
Okay.
water.
Hi there, Renelle.
Yes.
A few things. There's a chart in Unit 12 that shows the different patches and what they're for, just to help you out a little bit. In Unit, excuse me, 14, David does product webinars on different patches, so you can, learn to your heart's desire. But the reason that David prefers, my guess is, I don't know, my guess is glutathione during the day and Eon at night. Eon actually calms the whole body down, so we're in this repair mode. It's great to have the body and the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems in balance, and the organs operating at their best. So that's why a lot of people use Eon for a sleep patch, because they're stressed and it calms their body down so they can sleep. It's their favorite sleep patch. Glutathione enhances our immune system and also detoxes things. So, we have some people in our group that would prefer that wasn't the first patch, because if people are sensitive, it may be too much for them. But I think the company wanted people to have that right away to, do what is really important for everybody right now, is to have their immune system strong. So during the day, and if it's too much, then you just take it off. And you want to work towards 12 hours on, 12 hours off. But if you're having too much of an experience of, healing is feeling and feeling is healing, then just take it off. So during the day is when you're awake versus being awakened at night from a detox, but for most people, they're not going to have that, but some might.
Okay.
But getting the immune system stronger is really, really important. And I think that's why they put it first. Okay.
Okay, well, maybe that's what happened. What she said, it's this couple, they're in their 80s, and Georgia said that she was getting leg cramps really bad. And so she's not using them at all anymore. Her husband is still using, and I don't know if that was the glutathione or the X39. So I'll call her and ask, but this is a wonderful thing. They both just had this virus, and not that it, but, and I mean, you know, usually if you're in your 70s, 80s, it can be pretty bad. They're over it now, both of them. And yeah, Georgia had a fever. Both their daughters lost their sense of taste and smell. They actually never even had a test, but they're healthy people anyway. They're out ranching and everything, but just, I don't know what it is, but anyway, they were pretty thrilled to be done with it. So anyway, I'll
awesome.
watch things and tell them more. Okay, thank you.
That's really good news. And I have a little trick, you've probably thought of it yourself, that if somebody needs to put it on and off, instead of getting new Band-Aids or new tape, if you take a safety pin and pin it through the sticky part and just pin it on your clothes where you want it, you know, then if you need to take it on and off, that's a good way to do it. And that's actually how I put the ones for the head protocol on my hat. I use a safety pin through the sticky part because it doesn't stick to clothing, especially if you're taking it on and off. Even your skin, it's not going to stick to it. So you can try that, you know, just put it through the adhesive part. So
Okay,
awesome.
thank
Let's
you.
see. Oh, we are past. Wow, that went like lickety split.
Mm.
And I'm glad there were some questions and some answers as well as stories, because we like to address both. You know, when there are questions, we try to address them as best we can. Sometimes Dr. Nicholas is a little better at that on Wednesday, but we have a lot of knowledge just from listening to everybody. So it's awesome. We have, think of the combined knowledge we have in this group. It's so awesome. Thank you all for coming and starting our week. Robin has some announcements now, and I'm going to say, see you next Monday. In between.
Great job, Karen, as always. So today's Monday, and Monday night we have our call. We're going to do a little bit about the Empower series, but we have a special guest tonight, Ron Rabin, who's one of our team's top income earners, and he's been using a gifting model, and he's going to be talking about what he says, what he does, and how great it works. So that's tonight's call. Just wanted everybody to know.
Hey, Robin, ahead of time before that, if anybody wants to look it up, where's that one paper that you were talking about that sort of you put with a gift, like with one X39 and that one word you say, or do we want to wait for that?
Question. It's in several places. One of them is it's in the appendix of the Getting Started guide. It's also in the units section. And it's
have a
also
new
in
we
it's
have a
also
new-
in Google Docs.
Yeah, we have a new download URL. You can go to Live Younger Downloads, plural, and the gift of
Help.
health sheet is there to be downloaded as a PDF.
Gift of health sheet. Okay, thank you. I just thought people might want to kind of do that ahead of time, so they're not scrambling during the talk, because they're going to want it, I'm sure.
We'll
And it's called
attach
Gift
it,
of Health. Okay.
to the newsletter so people have it, can download the newsletter. Mhm.
Wonderful. Thank you for all you guys do. You guys are awesome.
We're
Tonight's
trying.
going to be a great call. Set your alarms if you're like me. I am so busy at that time. I blow through them without an alarm. So I'm talking to myself too. I need to set an alarm.
Great job, Karen. Thank you.
Yes, Karen,
Thank you.
great. Nice.
My
answer.
joy and pleasure.
Thanks, everybody. Happy Monday. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thanks for sharing.